Good evening everyone and welcome to our Meet the Head Teacher evening. I'm Jenny Smith and I am the Head Teacher of Frederick Bremer School, and it is lovely to see so many of you here tonight. We're going to have this short pre-prepared presentation now, and then afterwards there'll be an opportunity for a live question and answer so that you can ask any questions you'd like of me via the chat function, and I will do my very best to answer them. And obviously I appreciate this is a really big decision that you're making. The decision about which school to send your child to is not one that you're going to take lightly or easily. And what I want to try and do now is give you a flavour of the real Frederick Bremer. Not the glossy prospectus marketing version, the authentic, the real, the true Frederick Bremer. And one of the things that our parents say about the school is that we are absolutely honest with our parents about where we are, where we're going and what we're doing moving forward. We are a school that have been on a huge journey, as I'm sure you may have been aware. I came head teacher here in 2012, and in 2012 this school was in quite a difficult position and was certainly not doing as well as it should be, and many things were not as good as we would like them to have been, as recognised in our 2013 Ofsted report. And we have worked very hard and we've worked relentlessly during this time to put the systems and structures in place to help our young people to become the very best that they can be. Because I remember clearly the very first time I walked into this school in 2012. And yes, there were clearly challenges, and yes, it was a school which was underperforming. But what was absolutely clear was the ethos, the love, the care, the support that was in this school, the really strong relationships, and the fact that the diversity was absolutely a strength of the school. And it gave me a really good platform to start building on. And it has been 8 years of building, moulding and developing this school to become the fantastic place that it is now, and I'm hugely proud of where this school is. And it is very much a unique school, so you do need to be confident that this is the school that you want to send your child to. We have very clear vision and values, particularly grounded on our community ethos. This is a school that is here for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what labels may get attached to you, you can be a success of this school. The label inclusion is not just rhetoric. Inclusion and inclusivity is at the heart of everything that we do in this school, day in, day out. What makes us different is absolutely our strength. And every young person here is welcome for who they are and what they can become. And we will grow, nurture and care for your child to become the very best version of them that they can be. So you've probably already been doing quite a lot of research about the school and finding out information. Many of you have already been around the school, many of you came last year. But if you need to find out a little bit more, there is an awful lot on our website on the Open Evening page. There are lots and lots, if you scroll down, of pre-prepared short films telling you about different aspects of our school life from a range of staff and pupils, and my full Meet the Head Teachers talk, which you probably have already watched. There are a number of events this week where you can engage with our staff in live Q&A sessions, particularly looking at curriculum in English and Maths, what we do for our pupils with additional needs, and what we do to care more widely for your child. So please do sign up for those events if you haven't already. And if you do have any other questions or considerations which we haven't covered or may come to you later, please do email the transition@bremer email address and we will get back to you and answer your questions. So what do we stand for at Frederick Bremer? As I said, we've got a very unique and special ethos. We believe that every single child in this school is unique and special and deserves the very best teaching, support and care. And we take a lot of time here to get to know them, to nourish them and nurture them so that they are able to choose with confidence the paths they want to follow. We don't believe in sticking labels on young people's chances of success in the future. So we are a very special school. We are one of the most community-minded schools that I have ever worked in. Our staff are really special, they work incredibly hard, and the relationships are very much a strength of this school. I love working here. I have been here for 8 years, I plan to be here a lot longer. And why do I love working here? Because every single day is wonderful. Every single day, a young person will make me laugh or say something that makes me think about the world in a slightly different way. We really do take time to get to know each and every young person, and our staff, who could be earning a lot more money in more centrally located schools, choose to work here because they appreciate how special a community this is. So, a few things about the school, a few myths that I'd like to bust, some things that people commonly ask about the school, which are not quite accurate. So, first of all, myth number one. Lots of people tend to think that this is a school where pupils are really looked after. We really pride ourselves in our pastoral care and our relationships, but GCSE results aren't great. Well, actually, that's not true. Our GCSE results are very, very good. They're never going to be the top of the performance tables. We're never going to dominate the headlines with the huge numbers of pupils that get grades 7, 8, 9s across the board, because we are such an inclusive school. We do not select in any way, shape or form. We have a large number of pupils with EHCP plans. We have 30 pupils who have got autism in the school. We have a significant number who come to us with English as an additional language. And as a result, our pupils are not going to be all getting the highest grades possible. And we're very proud of that, because we're really proud that they all leave this school having achieved their potential and with great grades that will take them on to the next stage of their careers. We also do, as well as our local comparator schools. If we look at our results for last year, obviously not using the results for this year because they're not particularly fair to use as comparators because they aren't based on external exams. You will see, if you look at the blue line, percentage of pupils achieving grade 4 or above in English maths. Our local schools, very, very similar pattern there. Also a very similar pattern of percentage of pupils achieving grade 5 or above in English and maths. Obviously, if you look across to the left-hand side, the three schools there are the girls' selective schools, and I will come back to girls and their performance in a minute. But linked with that, a lot of people sometimes say that, well, they don't think really able children do well here. Again, that is not true. We do really well with our top ends. In fact, this year and last year, we achieved the highest grades across the borough for grade 9s. This year, we got the most grade 9s of any school in this authority, and we are the highest in terms of co-educational schools for grades 7 to 9. And you can see this is the results for last year. Apologies because the names are slightly cut off the bottom, but we have got two girls' schools at the top, then Frederick Bremer here, the third place school for the number of grade 9s across Waltham Forest. And as I said, this year we got the highest percentage. So our top ends do incredibly well, and every year we do get pupils who do get straight grade 9s and 7 to 9s across all subjects, and they thrive and they grow in this community. Coming on to the question of gender, a lot of people believe that their girls will do better in a single-sex school. Now, having worked as a deputy head teacher in 2 girls' schools in London, I can categorically say that girls thrive in a co-educational environment. In terms of their behaviours, in terms of their competencies and confidence, being in a co-educational school really allows them to bloom. But they also do well academically. And they love being part of Frederick Bremer School. They may be a minority in terms of the numbers here, but you would not know that when you come into this school. And when you look at girls' achievement, and again, this is the data for 2019, but we see a similar pattern coming out this year. Our girls actually are the highest performing group across the borough. Our girls, if we take our girls out of our data and exclude the boys, our girls outperform Eden, they outperform the girls' school, they outperform Connaught. So girls really do well here, and they love being part of the Frederick Bremer community. The final myth is that sometimes people think that behaviour is really poor in this school. And I'm not going to say to you that behaviour has always been great. We've seen it on national television that our behaviour is not always what we wanted it to be. However, what you also saw was our approach to dealing with behaviour, and that is a very pupil-centred restorative approach, i.e. that pupils need to own and take responsibility for their behaviour, and if they do something wrong, they have an absolute responsibility to make sure that they put it right. And this is part of the nurturing environment that we really pride ourselves on in this school. And behaviour, when we take external visitors around the school, both now in our bubbled community and during pre-COVID, everybody always comments on how positive the behaviour is, how quiet our school is, how calm it feels, how confident it feels. Now, this is a school where you are never going to hear people moving around the school in silence, where you are never going to see continual lineups and a focus on absolute discipline, because we want our young people to be able to think for themselves, and we want our young people to have the confidence to be able to articulate their views in a safe space where they feel that they're able to think for themselves, challenge each other, and to develop thoughtful approaches and a critical perspective on the world around them. So behaviour is absolutely a strength of a school. But if you want a school where the focus is on discipline, where pupils are lined up, where they have to walk in silence, where they do not speak unless they are spoken to, then this is not the school for you. If you want a school where your child is encouraged to grow, thrive and develop their character, then this definitely is the school for you. So finally, we are not being complacent, and we're certainly not standing still at this moment in time, as challenging as this COVID world is. We are absolutely on a mission to become an outstanding community school for every single member of our school community. We absolutely want every child to become truly the very best they can be, and we want our vision and values being respect, responsibility and integrity, to be the heart of what we do all day, every day. We're not going to compromise on this. We are not going to bend on what is really important to this school and to this community. And everybody within the school community absolutely buys into it. So thank you for your attention, and we're now going to go back to the live Q&A and do post any questions that you might have in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you.